What's good, everyone? Welcome back to a brand new video. In today's video, I'm going to be talking about 5 ways that you can make money outside of Amazon, the best side gigs available while working at Amazon. I've done most of these, I've experienced most of them, and I think that some of these are really great ideas, and these are going to be just 5 in no specific order. I'm going to go ahead and start off with number 1 though, and that is selling online. Whether it is clothes, whether it is electronics, whether it's just old stuff lying around your house, there are so many ways to sell things online nowadays, and it is super easy. Very fast process. I mean, it's been like this for a few years now, but nowadays I feel like everybody's kind of doing it, or at least everybody has at least tried it once in a while. I mean, I've purchased things on like OfferUp, I've sold things on OfferUp, all these types of different websites that we have, and that's why I put selling online as a good side gig, because I've made over like $1,000 on OfferUp. I think I've made over $1,000 on Mercari as well. I made a lot of money off of Lego before that was a thing. I've made some money off of Depop. I've made a lot of money on these different websites. And just briefly, for those who don't know and maybe who haven't done it before, there's pretty much a bunch of apps you can download to your phone. There's the main ones. If you want to sell clothes, the main one to go to is Depop. You could sell a bunch of clothes on there. But if you want to sell general things like maybe electronics or just things lying around your house that you have, maybe kitchen appliances or things like that, you can go to Facebook Marketplace, you can go to OfferUp, you can go to Mercari, you can go to Craigslist, just things like that, even eBay as well. There's websites and apps like that you can literally just post things up and sell them, and you can have them shipped out the next day. Or in cases like OfferUp and Craigslist, you actually meet these people in person sometimes as well. Very good way to not only make money on the side and just have a good little side gig going, because I've seen people open up whole entire Depop shops and just basically become their own retail store pretty much just from Depop alone, just from old clothes they have sitting in their closet. But again, not only is it a good way to make money and become its own side gig, you're also getting rid of things that you no longer need that will be better in somebody else's possession that they'll use more. So it's really good for everybody. And overall, I think selling online is a really good side gig. I've done it before. I still do it every now and then. It's a pretty good side gig in my opinion. Number 2, one of my favorite ones, which is food delivery. And what I mean by food delivery is Grubhub, Uber Eats, DoorDash, all types of apps like that where you can go ahead and get signed up as long as you have your own vehicle, you have your own insurance, and you're over 18. I think it's over 18 or over 21. I'm pretty sure it's over 18 though. As long as you're over 18, at least here in the States, you can go ahead and get started right away. As soon as you get those things, you're good to go. And it's really easy. Doing things like I've done Uber Eats, and I'm telling you right now, it's really easy. All you do is literally get in your car, go pick up somebody's food and drop it off to them. It's that easy. You can make money from tips, you make money, a little bit of money from Uber themselves, but it's very little. Most of your money is made from tips, but overall it's a really cool experience. And to be honest with you, you can actually make more money off of Uber Eats than you can working at Amazon. If you work 10 hours with Uber Eats, there's a good chance, at least right now, there's a good chance that you're gonna make more off of Uber Eats than you will off Amazon. So realistically, this could be your main gig, but I'm including this as a side gig because you choose your own schedule. You work whenever you want when you do these jobs. There's no schedule at all. You literally work whenever you want. Like right now, I could turn off this camera, stop this video right now, and go make some money off of Uber Eats. That's one of the really cool things about doing Uber Eats or any DoorDash or anything like that. Any of those side gigs, that's a really cool thing about it. One of the downsides is you do have to have a newer vehicle, because you don't want to be putting a bunch of miles on your older vehicles and tearing them down like that. So you should make sure you have a newer vehicle at least. But I do think this is a really great side gig. I've done it before. I've made more money off of Uber Eats than I have at Amazon at sometimes, but it also depends. Another con as well about this is that the market, it really depends on the market. The market can be really good, or it could just be straight up awful. Like right now, the market is going through a really tough period where in most states and most cities, you're not going to be making much money at all. You'll probably be making the equivalent to Amazon, but you're going to be working much harder doing Uber and working much weirder hours, like working not only in the morning and then in the middle of the day, but then at night too, to make the same amount of money that you would make at Amazon. Right now, honestly, I'll be completely honest, last year when I first started doing it, September, October, and November, well, mainly those first 2, and then like the first 2.5 months, it was incredible. I was making a lot of money, up to like $30 per hour. Like I would make literally $90 for working 3 hours with Uber. The money was incredible, but a downside right now is that currently, while I'm making this video, February of 2022, the market is pretty horrible in most states and cities. So right now, I could still recommend doing it, but just know that if you start doing it right now, and if you started doing it this year at all, it hasn't been good. And hopefully it does pick up, it does get a little bit better, but Admittedly, right now the market has been horrible for Uber Eats and DoorDash and all those types of other apps. Number 3, lawn care and gardening. Now, what I mean by this is literally if you have some equipment. Now, if you own a house, or maybe you just have the equipment overall, if you have a lawnmower, weed eater, things like that, if you're not really using it that often, you know, why not just make it into a business? If you have a pickup truck or something like that, you could just go around putting notes, putting signs on people's door, or putting signs anywhere on a little post on the corner of a street, anything like that, saying, do you need lawn care? Go ahead and call this number, blah, blah, blah. And same for gardening as well. It's super, super easy to do this. There's a lot of people that I know who have done this personally, where they just go, they have a lawnmower, they have a weed eater, so they'll just go around putting little service cards on people's doors, or putting them on the corners of street posts, anything like that, and just advertising, hey, do you need lawn care? It especially works in brand new neighborhoods. If you have brand new neighborhoods around you that are being built, once those neighborhoods are built and people start moving in, a lot of those people aren't going to want to cut their own grass. They're not going to want to take care of their own property and their yard. So a good way to get around this is go ahead and go ask them and see if they need any lawn care people. And if they do, you can be that person. You can take over a brand new property. Same with gardening as well. There's a lot of people who, you know, want to plant flowers or have a nice little garden going, maybe vegetables, anything like that. You can be that person as well. There's a lot of ways to make money, and I think that that is a great side gig. You can make a bunch of money, especially if you live near a really, really big neighborhood that has like big lawns and they're brand new possibly, and they don't have there's no competition in there pretty much. If you can go into that neighborhood and be like, hey, like, let's try to get at least 10 houses, you can make a lot of money, maybe like $50 per house, or maybe even more than that, $100 per house. And if you add that up, if you go do that for a full day when you're off at Amazon, that can make you a lot of money. So that's number 3. I do recommend doing that as well as a good little side gig outside of Amazon. Number 4, this one is kind of similar to number 3, but cleaning services. A lot of people don't like to clean their own house. I'll be honest, I don't like to clean my own house. I do it because I have to, and I don't want to live in a filthy place, but it is annoying, especially when you're busy outside of work. Maybe you have other things to do. Maybe something's going on in your life right now when you just don't have the energy to clean your house. There's a lot of times like that where you just want to be like, I just want to hire a maid. Or does anybody know any maid or anything like that? Or just somebody who can clean my house, deep clean, all that good stuff. You could be that person. If you're interested in cleaning houses, I know a lot of people personally. I actually do know somebody personally who does it, and somebody who does it weekly, you know, on their off days. And if they're not working, they'll just go clean people's houses. And there's people like that who also make a living off of it as well, because there's a lot of people who would charge like $100. Like, I actually do know somebody in my family who does pay their cleaning person $100 to just go and clean once a month. $100 once a month. If you're doing this for multiple houses, especially multiple houses per day, that's a lot of extra money that can be made. You can also work at Amazon and then do this on the side as well. It's a good little side gig, but like some of the other things on this list, it could also become a permanent full-time job as well. So yeah, before we get on to number 5 though, I want you guys to leave a like on this video, subscribe down below if you haven't already. We're trying to hit 15,000 by the end of the year, so let's go ahead and make that possible. Leave a like, subscribe down below, and let's get on to number 5, which is content creation. Now, the fact of the matter is that this one might not be for everyone. Everyone might not be interested in this. I think the previous ones on the list, it can go out to a lot of different people, but the content creation one, it's a little bit more specific. But the fact of the matter is there's so many ways to make content and make money off of content nowadays, whether it is YouTube, whether it's Instagram, whether it's Facebook, whether it's Twitch. There's just so many different ways to post content and make money off of it. Even TikTok as well. I mean, TikTok doesn't pay that well, but it's still a place you can make money. There's so many different ways. Is there anything that you think you're personally interested in, and something that you're personally a little bit more experienced than most people at? Chances are you are. Maybe you're really, really good at video games. Let's say, just as a random example, let's say you're very good at Mortal Kombat. Let's just say you're good at Mortal Kombat. So many people want to know how to get better at games like that. Even if it's not just Mortal Kombat, just games in general. There's so many people who want to know how to get better at games. You can go ahead and create YouTube videos on how to get better at this game. You know, game tutorials, show people how to get better at the games and how to be more experienced at those games. Very, very easy way. Most people just sleep on this. Most people are just good at things and don't want to use that to make extra income. Maybe they don't even know. Things like YouTube videos, making, again, like I said, gaming tutorials, or maybe you're just very funny. Maybe you're very funny. I know I'm not, but there's people out there who are just naturally very, very funny. Go ahead and do skits on YouTube. Go ahead and do a bunch of other stuff on YouTube. You want to stream? Are you really, really, really good at video games? If you're very, very good at a specific game, let's just say Call of Duty Warzone. If you're really good at Warzone, chances are you can get a good stream going if you're very, very excellent at the game. no matter what it is that you're good at, there's so many things. Maybe you know a lot about anime. Make an anime YouTube channel. Maybe you know a lot about basketball. Maybe you want to be like a basketball tutor, whether it's on YouTube or maybe just an online tutor in general. There's so many different ways to make money online and so much content creation that is possible out there nowadays. So many people nowadays, I think, just don't realize how much money can be made online or how much content people are looking for. There's people that are looking for the most craziest content that you can never think of. And if there's people not making the same content as you, chances are you could be an innovator. So just go ahead and try it out. But yeah, number 5, content creation. I personally do content creation, obviously, with YouTube on both of my channels. That's my little side gig outside of Amazon, one of my favorite ones, along with Uber Eats sometimes as well, and selling things online. So you can definitely make a lot of money outside of Amazon, and it's definitely possible. And also, if you're passionate about some of these things, like I'm passionate about YouTube, it makes your life a lot more interesting. It makes it a lot funner, and it's a lot better to know that once you're off of those 4 days at Amazon, you can go ahead and look forward to doing what you actually really love outside of that. So yeah, I mean, with that being said, I'm gonna end that there, guys. Thank you so much for watching this video. Let me know what you do. Let me know if there's any side gigs you'd recommend, and if you want to see a part 2 to this video, let me know down in the comments below as well. Again, there's so many side gigs that are possible, so much possible ways to make money, but I'm gonna end that there. Thank you all so much for watching. Hope you enjoyed this video. If you did, leave a like, and I'll catch you guys on the next one. Love you all. Peace.